Welcome to the week of November 24th, also Thanksgiving week. We start with a high quality workout. For some of you, it's going to be a moderate quality workout of a progression run. And we're doing this for a number of reasons beyond the normal training effect of the workout. One, we're checking your recovery. After maybe a couple of weeks off after Monumental, how are you feeling? How are your legs cooperating? We're going to check that out and see what is the appropriate level to jump back in to quality and increasing the mileage. We're going to check your readiness, not only physically, but also mentally. Do you feel like you needed just a little bit longer break? If so, let's do it now. We don't want to come back a little too soon and have you in the middle of January and already you're feeling like, I need a break. This has been a long season already, and I'm basically a month and a half into it. And we're also going to check fitness. The major part of your fitness, the core fitness, didn't go anywhere. But your legs might betray you and tell you otherwise, but that's just going to take a few runs, a few quality workouts, and you're going to feel a whole lot better than maybe you did on the first one. Some of you will respond incredibly well to the rest, and that's really what you needed, and you feel fantastic and you're ready to go. So we're checking all those things, and then we'll adjust your plan accordingly. We certainly want to build fitness, but if you're not quite ready, that's not our primary concern. Our primary concern there is just kind of getting back into the routine. So a progression run, as we always do, a good warm up, start with an honest smile and try to increase by 5 to 10. That might be 5 to 10 seconds per mile. That might be 5 to 10% in terms of a heart rate increase. Now, obviously, when you go from the first mile to the second mile, you can make a little bit bigger change. The second to last and last mile, 5 seconds might be plenty, and it might feel a whole lot harder and you only went 5 seconds faster. So play with that, but generally we're looking for 5 to 10 seconds or 5 to 10% increase. And then your aggression is based on where you are in recovery. If Chicago was your goal race, you took a couple of weeks off and now you've been back at it for a few weeks, we can hit this like we normally would, a progression run. If this is your first workout back, we don't need to be quite that aggressive. Just get through it. Feel like, that was an accomplishment. That's the best workout I've had since the marathon. If you are racing on Thanksgiving, we have a couple of options. One, just go out and run easy, but I would do 4 to 8 times 100-meter striders. Getting that turnover, elongating your stride, running just a little bit faster, because we don't want to go from the finish line of a marathon, everything that you've done has been nice and easy and gentle, and then try to turn on 5K pace or 4.5 mile pace or whatever distance your Thanksgiving race may be. Things don't normally go well when we do that. So at least get a few striders in. You can also be doing that on Monday, and you can also do that on Wednesday. They don't have to be fast. They're not sprints, just a little bit faster. Remind your legs that they're capable of going faster than recovery pace. Or if you've been back at it a little bit and you want a little bit more of a workout, we can do a moderate pre-race workout where we do 1 mile at goal pace. 1 mile at 5K goal pace is pretty solid effort, really. So you can do that, and then maybe 4 times 30 60s. That's enough. Shut it down. Save the showing off for Thursday. The long run this week is another endurance long run. We're gradually building those up, or at least hanging out where you were. So maybe you're back to 10 or 12 miles. 12 miles may be enough. Maybe we don't need to go to 14 quite yet. But what this is doing for us right now is it's keeping the weekly mileage up. So maybe if normally you're running 5 days a week, we can do a similar mileage on 4 days a week, and we don't worry about that other 4 mile run quite yet. So it's helping your weekly mileage. We're also trying to get to where when we start building for marathon long runs, if you're running Carmel or Boston, or maybe even something before that, the higher that we can start comfortably without some big leap of 4, 6 or more miles. We certainly wouldn't want to do any more than that. But now we can start there, and that sets you up really well for what your 5 longest average is going to be, something that we'll be really aware of in a couple of months. And it's also a good time to get back to burning a better fuel mix. When we're taking energy gel, your body absorbs that sugar really readily and uses a primary fuel source. And it will be at some distances, but for your long run, we want a good mix of burning fat and burning carbohydrate. And the less simple sugar you take in, your body has to burn a little bit more fat. So we want to get back to doing that. Use your gels only as needed. If you're starting to feel really sluggish and you're really slowing down, okay, maybe you take one. But especially if your long run is around 90 minutes, maybe up to 2 hours, and you don't need to take in any gels, don't do it. Just teach your body how to burn fat again. And the better that you can burn a mix, the longer you can go without a drop off or without needing a gel. And that's going to come in handy, not only on race day, but also in training. And you'll burn more fat at rest as well. A few reminders about this time of year. We talked about this a little bit last week as we set out the calendar for the rest of the year. We want to be increasing as you're coming off your recovery, but we want to do it at a low mental cost. 12/15, December 15th is 18 weeks out before Carmel in Boston. So it seemed like we just ended the fall season. It seemed like we had all of November and all of December and all kinds of time, but it's 12/15. And I certainly don't want you to feel hurried to get back to it, but I also don't want you shocked when we get to the middle of January and you realize that that clock has been ticking without you. We want what you're doing now, even if we're doing quality workouts. We want it to be feel-good running. We want you to be comfortable. We want you to feel better after the run than you did starting the run. We just want it to feel good. There's points in the season where we're dragging along some chronic fatigue. We don't want that to be right now. We want you to be comfortable and feel good and enjoy the running as much as possible. And let's face it, for some of us, we need to mitigate the holiday diet. With Thanksgiving coming in a few days, with holiday parties, with Christmas, with New Year's, we're taking on a lot more calories. And maybe our mileage and our caloric intake isn't the same. We don't want to start the new year needing to cut weight. So just doing a fair amount, getting in what you can around all the commitments through the holiday season is going to be helpful and keep you lean and mean and ready for a great 26. So there's the week. Adjust as needed if you're going to race or participate in a Thanksgiving Day race. Have a blast doing that. Please let me know how it goes. I won't go through all of the results of every race. So send me a result. There's so many races going on, they're hard to keep track of anymore. So please do that and have a great Thanksgiving.